we're back. We're doing our part 2 on being a Whole Foods Market supplier. In this episode, in this video, we're talking about pros and cons. So I'll start with cons. Typically there's a 30 to 50% difference. Most people use the typical standard of 50%. So when people go online to the website or they shop for me at the farmer's market, they're paying the full retail price. But when I'm doing a wholesale order, not just with Whole Foods but any wholesaler, then they're buying that at a discounted rate at 50% off. So with that, you want to make sure definitely that you are getting some type of revenue in that, but it's just not going to be the same amount of revenue that you get from your retail price. The other con, which again isn't really a con, is just that I don't have the customer interaction. So when people come to like my booth, I can get their email if they aren't in the mood to shop right now and they're just like searching for gifts or whatever. I can get their email, and then when I do my email blast for upcoming scents or sales promotions that I'm doing, then that encourages them to shop at that time. Because they're shopping in the store, I'm not able to get the email. And that also goes for social media. I can encourage someone to follow us right then and there on our social media, which makes our brand look more credible when we have a large or a larger amount of followers. Now, as far as pros go, because that's what y'all are here for, I'm sure. So the first pro is that I'm selling in volume, so I'm able to make my money because I'm selling a larger amount of candles all at one time. The next thing is I don't have to do outdoor markets, and that was really great because when COVID first hit and I just got into Whole Foods, there was no outside markets, there were no in-person events, nothing of that nature. So it was good to, see like, okay, the business can still support itself on its own and I don't have to be out in the public. Now, I will say, just because I'm in Whole Foods and I do wholesale orders with them and a few other boutiques, I'm still going to go out to markets because everyone in Austin doesn't know my brand. There are new people who are moving here all the time, so I still need to be out there pounding the pavement, making sure that people know who I am. Another great pro is that they were consistent with reordering. So when I first got in, I want to say I was getting orders maybe like every week, and then now it's probably every 2 weeks or once a month, which again is still great just because I don't have to put a lot of effort into that. They are going to order when the shelf is out, and I'm not having to talk about the brand to people who are searching for candles. They're just going to smell them. If they like the packaging, if they like the scent, if they appreciate that I'm a local Austinite and they're shopping in the flagship Austin store and they decide to buy, I'm happy for that, The other point is it helped me to plan for future collections, and what I mean by that is I was able to drop our Dreamers collection February 1st, which gave me about a month to plan and make sure that my following knew that these are the new 5 scents that I'm going to have. These are, what they look like and that they're going to be ready to go. So I really appreciated that. It helped me to think forward more with the business and not be afraid to drop 5 scents all at once. And another really great pro is that it's a stamp of approval that such a huge store is like, we have tested her candles, our demographic enjoys these candles, so if this boutique is looking for candles and they have a similar demographic, then they're like, oh, okay, well, she's already in Whole Foods, so we can just kind of like trust them a little bit easier than they would with maybe someone who doesn't have such a reputable brand backing them. And the best pro of all is that even though I'm in just the one flagship store, as my business grows, I do have the opportunity to be in more Whole Foods stores. So I appreciate that. It gives me somewhere to grow and something to work towards, because I can't do everything all at once. I can't do it all on my own, but I do know that I'm on the right path, and that is encouraging. So for anyone out there who is a little hesitant about wholesale for their brand, the worst thing that you could do is try it out, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. I am sure that most big brands do have a space on their website where you can go and fill out the boxes on your brands, submit photos, send samples, and then if it's something that they want, then they will, set up something. For the first con, wholesale price versus retail price.